Did you know that the McMillions was a scam? It's true. Turns out a woman who won it in Ventura County was a possible fraud. We will see the truth about that now. Okay. A month ago I asked you guys if you wanted a full version of the hard truth about McDonald's, a trailer I made whenever I was bored. And you guys liked it. Some even wanted more videos like it. I've always wanted to make documentaries, and I think this is the perfect time, especially since we're stuck in quarantine. But if you're not caught up, here was the trailer. Here is my essay. McDonald's has been a lot of people's favorite fast food chain. And if you agree, you are the absolute worst. Ha 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 lol jk, it's fine. It's just horrifying that they would use such a scary Ronald McDonald. Like, look at this old 1980 commercial and tell me he doesn't look like a serial killer.
French fry lovers!
It's a good time for McDonald's French fries.
Whoops! The Fry Guys!
Bye-bye.
Give back those fries, guys!
Kiss
A mop! Aha! Oh boy!
that Mom.
Share your fries?
Oh, it's Ronald.
Sharing McDonald's French fries is fun for the whole family!
It's a good time
Fries,
for
guys!
the great taste of McDonald's French fries.
Yeah, but don't you think it's weird how this is such a successful company? What makes their food so good? Is there a truth behind this? Why are there so many mysteries? We'll find out. So why don't we start from the beginning? McDonald's opened on the 15th of April, 1955 by the Kroc brothers in Des Plaines, Illinois. The fast food chain got pretty popular pretty fast. But why is it so popular? The answer to that is that wherever you go on Earth, any McDonald's you go to, it will always taste the same, making people have a bigger bond with it, I guess. It's the #1 fast food chain, and it wasn't even opened until 65 years ago, which, saying that aloud, sounds very long ago, but it got so popular so fast. But that's really the main surface on McDonald's history. But really, let's talk about what you guys have been waiting for, the conspiracies. Immediately, you're probably screaming, the ice cream machine. Every time you go to McDonald's to get ice cream, the machine is always quote-unquote broken. And since this happens so much, people start to get a little skeptical of what's really going on. Now, an article written in October 2016 by Josh Anish on thequantifind.com said this: in the last 12 months, McDonald's buyer conversation has grown 70% more likely to include complaints about customer service, and the most common complaint is, by far, the broken ice cream machines. McDonald's buyers have become 75% more likely to complain about the machines, relative to last year. Broken ice cream machines are now the most common complaint in McDonald's buyer conversations, topping the previous year's top complaint. Poor employee attitudes. Many McDonald's buyers express particular rage because they were specifically craving a McDonald's McFlurry or a shake only to arrive and find the machine broken. The air quotes were added because a growing number of McDonald's buyers believe it's a conspiracy in which checked-out McDonald's employees intentionally fib about broken machines to avoid making shakes and McFlurries, especially near closing time. Sure, This theory is funny to think about, but it's also troublesome for McDonald's. The QSR giant doesn't release itemized details regarding its in-store revenue. So let's be somewhat conservative and say 3% of its bottom line swells from the ice cream machine. This is an especially cautious number when you remember that the machine is responsible for pumping out 10 different menu items, including the McFlurry and McShake series. In 2015, McDonald's annual U.S. business was estimated at $8.5 billion. Now, if the ice cream machine is responsible for 3% of that, that's $255 million in revenue melting down the drain. Some brief sleuthing revealed no proof of a collective scheme on the part of McDonald's employees to evade the machine. There's no union or viral petition. There aren't even any message boards on the topic. Sure, some folks have friends working at the store across town with whom they likely commiserate. But a vast coordinated effort this is not. It's of course possible that the employees are plotting the ice cream machine conspiracy on the dark web, which would be cool though unlikely. While there is no conspiracy, there is an expensive and easily fixable problem. Signum for Restaurants was able to show that the world's biggest restaurant chain's most common complaint from its own customers is aimed squarely at the underperformance of its ice cream machine. It doesn't matter whether they truly don't work very well or whether the employees hate using them. McDonald's simply needs to develop a new way to deliver large amounts of ice cream on a daily basis. Without knowledge of this blind spot and subsequent actions to address it, McDonald's runs the risk of losing market share and good employees to competitors stepping into the widening dessert void. With productivity, McDonald's can save and grow its $255 million dessert business and address a clear morale issue for its 440,000 plus employees in the US. Sounds like a worthy undertaking. So, there's pretty much no conspiracy there, but it's still something to think about. Like, $255 million just down the drain? That's an opportunity they probably wouldn't pass by. But again though, nearly $9 billion is impressive. There was some other conspiracy theory about using human meat and stuff, which actually turned out to be a hoax. But basically people claimed that in Oklahoma City, human meat was found in their freezers. They also said it was child meat too. I'm sure glad that's a hoax. Now, the confessions. The confessions were kind of hard to find, but I got a couple from YouTube and Reddit. I had asked you guys on my community tab to say any confessions if you've ever worked at McDonald's. There really weren't a lot of good ones on there, and there were conspiracies and a lot of the same things. So I went over to Reddit, and got this one written by Xynomite. Theirs is, worked there in high school for a short time. The best stories involved how many of the employees were simple thieves. One of the managers would take 2 of each type of Happy Meal toy as part of her collection. One stayed sealed, I presume, to sell on eBay someday, and one was displayed. She had worked there for many years and had basically complete sets of every toy offered in the past 15 years or so. Another manager would drink an orange juice every morning that she ever worked, and she was scheduled as an opener about 5 days a week and had been for 6 or 7 years. One of the other employees figured out the cost of her orange juice over that period and it was thousands of dollars in stolen OJ. Another guy would steal boxes of food and take them out back as he was taking the trash out. He got away with it for a long time, but eventually a manager him load a box into his trunk. When they confronted him and made him open his trunk, they found a case of hamburger patties. They stated their inventories had been off for a year and they could never figure out why. This guy was why. Others just stole food for personal meals, or they would take a bunch of the free item types of coupons and then use them at other McDonald's where people didn't know who they were. It was a small-time criminal enterprise. I was simply amazed at how much theft could occur in one small McDonald's. So yeah, that was the best confession I could find. But there's a lot of misleading confessions, and I was trying to be careful. Now for the disgusting part. Things found in food. And I'll just read this aloud. In Reading, Massachusetts, one girl's double cheeseburger came with a special side dish, a needle. The girl was biting into her burger when she came upon a hollow piece of metal. McDonald's issued a statement saying, "We take these matters seriously. However, at this time, these are allegations." Upon learning about these claims, we immediately began an investigation to gather the facts. Without the facts, it would be inappropriate to further comment or speculate on where this object may have come from. Like, just imagine eating McDonald's one day and finding a freaking needle in your food. Like, wow. There were more disgusting things found in McDonald's food. Although they might be too gross for this channel, you might have to research that on your own. Viewer discretion is advised, as there were even graphic photos of rats found in drinks. I don't want this video to get taken down, so I won't show it. But basically, yeah, there's been rats in drinks, Band-Aids in burgers, and so much more. Yuck. Now, for Ronald McDonald. As you guys might know, Ronald McDonald was kind of removed from McDonald's. I guess because of that whole killer clown thing, which had really scared the world. Ronald McDonald wasn't making it any better. There weren't even really any actual killer clowns. And apparently that whole thing was started with a prank and potentially the It book. Just be careful if you see a red balloon. Now, okay, commercials. Commercials were a really big part for McDonald's success. They use pathos, logos, and ethos to make you want to go to McDonald's. Let's define the definitions. Pathos is used in commercials when they try and make you sad and feel bad. Like if McDonald's were to say all the money you use while buying double doubles will go to the Ronald McDonald House. And that will make you feel bad that you're not giving money to potential sick children. So that makes you go to McDonald's and buy a double double. Logos is when the commercial uses logic to get into your feelings. Like if McDonald's were to describe the Big Mac in a very satisfying way, and they say, then it's only logical to get a Big Mac if you're gonna get that. Now, that's not the best example, but you get the point. Ethos is say in a toothpaste commercial they say 4 out of 5 dentists use it, making you trust the brand, and they use arguing to make you want to buy the product. Now that we know these, we can look through McDonald's commercials, and it becomes a bit more obvious of what they're doing. Next time you see a McDonald's commercial, catch them using pathos, logos, or ethos. Anyway, that's about it for today. If I got anything wrong, then tell me in the comments. Anyway, bye.